Come decorate my kitchenette with me now that the countertops are in. And when they installed those, they also installed our sink. It's 18 by 18, which is the perfect wet bar sink. I love the gold so much, and my husband went ahead and put the faucet on even though the water's not hooked up yet. For countertops, we decided to go ahead and move forward with quartz, but I got that vintage look I feel like is very 1970s. The backsplash still needs done. I am planning on subway tile with brown grout. And the fridge and the microwave are going to be wrapped in vinyl. We have some friends that specialize in this, and so we are going to get it wrapped in this beautiful olive green. I cannot wait. But since I am so impatient, let's decorate these shelves today. I've only been saving up decor forever. Let's start with this book holder. It is gorgeous. I got it at an estate sale. My original idea was I was going to put it on top of the fridge. I thought this gap was going to be bigger. We were able to increase that cabinet size, so I'm going to put it on the shelf. I have slowly been collecting vintage cookbooks to display here. A lot of the 1960s and 70s cookbooks are microwave focused, but I have a lot of Jell-O ones as well. Another popular topic of the 60s was fondue. Mostly I just love the covers. I even have this 1960s Betty Crocker that has a spiral bound. It's adorable. To fill in that blank space, I decided to use this masher, and it almost went awry. I don't know what I was thinking, but man, it hit that ceiling so hard. I'm lucky I didn't punch a hole through it. Moving on and pretending that didn't happen, I have these taller books that wouldn't fit on the shelf, so I'm going to lay them down. They will serve as a riser while that back plate adds that pop of green. Luckily, I have lots of golden plate holders, and that's going to hold this beautiful orange plate. Or maybe it's a spoon rest. I also have these tiny olive green trays that I'm going to use to prop up this instant coffee pot. Over in the corner, I'm going to put this golden yellow pitcher. I'm not going to fill it with anything right now. We will use it for Moscow mules and stuff like that. Next to it, I wanted to display one of my plates. Only the small one would fit, but I think it looks great. On the bottom shelf, I'm going to put my vintage kitchen scale, a trivet for texture, and this brown detailed bowl. Since this can double as a storage space, I'm going to put these vintage bamboo coasters in there, and that way they're easy to store and easy to find. Very 60s. I absolutely love them. We don't plan to cook in this space, but when we host items, it's right off of our game room, so we do plan to bring food to this space or keep some items in the fridge. Therefore, I am going to have lots of dishes, and that includes some of these vintage bowls. These are not all that I have, but I did want to display a couple of them. The rest will go in the cabinet so we can use them. To add an additional texture, I am going to include this wooden bowl, and on top of that, this green creamer pitcher. It did look a little empty and unfinished, so I'm going to add this faux air plant. I love how they curl because it curls over the edges of the creamer dish. Another book that was too tall is this Cooking for Two. I wanted to bring in this bright orange color, and that helps tie in this Tupperware piece. I could certainly use it for Tupperware or storage, but for now I'm going to use it as a riser to display this butter dish that matches my dishes set. And again, yes, this is something I will use, and it's not just for decor. Next, I thrifted this beautiful pedestal. It is gorgeous in person, and I'm going to use it to display these green melamine dishes. Aside from the other glass dishes, I have collected quite a bit of melamine. These will also be used, and this is not all of them. The rest is stored in the cabinet. I have 2 different sizes of plates and then bowls. On top of that, I'm going to put this vintage timer. I thought it was older, but it turns out it is only 1997. It is Pyrex, but it has that cream 70s vibe. For the last space, I'm going to add another Tupperware container that is that bright orange. This, again, will be a great storage space for me, as well as this vintage ice bucket. As you can tell, I am a fan of stacking. And that is how the 2 shelves look. So let's go ahead and add this vintage Tupperware that I think was used for salad dressing. I'm going to use it for dish soap. I do plan on washing a lot of cups and glasses in this space. For the other side, I'm going to use this dish, and I plan on putting a sponge or scrub brush in there. I just got to find the right one that fits the vibe. I love that green, and I've been trying to work more of it into this space. Over in the other corner, I'm going to start out with this bamboo tray. It really helps with making things look more cohesive. Even though this is just a kitchenette and not a full kitchen, I still need a crock for all of our utensils. I have collected quite a few vintage utensils from the 60s and 70s, and so I am planning on displaying all of those. Some of them will be actively used for hosting in this space, and then some are just too cute and special that I'm just going to display them. There's even a wooden spoon in there that's probably a little bit older than mid-century. I was excited to add some tans, some yellows, that bright orange, and of course, the olive greens. After arranging those how I want them, I am going to slide it back to the corner. Next to that, of course, we have to do a mug rack. I have a lot, but I chose 4 that I liked the most. This one is from Mickey's Diner in Minnesota, as seen on Mighty Ducks. My sister and I are obsessed. I have a vintage Mount Rushmore mug and this mushroom one that, again, looks a little phallic, but it's super cute. I had to have that one facing out. And again, just to define spaces, I like to use risers or, in this case, trivets. I will add some wooden coasters that have had some love over the years and a salt and pepper shaker. I love the drawn-on pepper and salt markers, so I decided to leave them. So that is how it is looking so far. In the appliance areas, there are a couple of gaps between the cabinet and the appliance. So I thrifted these 2 baskets to set on top of the microwave, and they can function for us. In the yellow one, I decided to add popcorn. That is why I wanted a microwave in this space. We are a big movie family, big popcorn family. And so my kids can just pop popcorn by the game room and not have to go to the kitchen. And since I'm not full-blown doing dishes down here, we're also going to have a lot of paper supplies. So those can be easily accessed, and all those stickers will come off once it gets wrapped. As for above the fridge, I thrifted these 2 baskets. They are the perfect height. As I mentioned in another video, this space is not meant for cooking, but it will be for hosting, and so I plan to bring food items to this area. With that, I'm going to have lots of hot pan holders to protect our countertops. Do I have too many? Absolutely, but I just love them, and I absolutely love the Celtic knot ones. This one was even dated in 1977. I think that even is more special. And the yellow rose, oh, just so beautiful. Those baskets fit perfectly side by side above the fridge. So that is today's updates. Make sure you come back to see the wrapped fridge and microwave. Oh, and the tile. Thanks, guys.